Hey, Maria. Welcome back to
Hey.
part two of our coverage from the blizzard of 2022, New Jersey.
Nice.
Quick weather update. It's snowing, and it will continue to be snowing until, what, like 7 o'clock tomorrow night?
Yeah.
So I think maybe we'll go live tomorrow. And
In the snow? Make some snow angels?
yeah, no, go outside and trample and see if we can make it to the boardwalk.
Cool.
That might be fun to see.
I'll do a snowman outside the door, but otherwise you can.
I'm actually in the mood for a good blizzard. Like, we haven't had one in like a while. No, we had one last year. Damn. Well, all right. So it's been a year.
Didn't really get like a big.
No, remember the one last year? Like, covered the car.
Oh
Oof.
yes, I did. Oh god, yeah.
All right, so let's say hi to everybody. Let's see.
Yes.
Freshly. Oh, I need my trick. Gotta be quick to get my trick to work. Okay, so freshly baked over the rainbow digital pen with Len and Erin. Sabrina, you came into my house. You touched my child. Try me.
No.
That's fun. That's our little inside joke. I'm obsessed with Fiance. Derek, I'm gonna have to call you back. Positive Paula, hello. And Susan Dawson, Sherry, Jessica I or L, not sure, but hello. Rhonda, Velvet Pixie, Virgie, Sherry, Ellie, hello Ellie, Elvie, Liz, Dreamsicle, Toys for Tears, MG, April Rain, Ringo Home, I think, maybe, or close to it. Maureen McCarthy, Nancy O, J Freak the Enforcer. No, yeah. Wait. Is J Freak my enforcer? No. Yeah.
JG is. JG is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. JG's missing and not enforcing. April Rain. Sorry, I still have my cloudy brain. Shelly, no, it's snowing right now. It's coming down, and it's gonna keep snowing till like tomorrow night. Maggie, Robin, Christina, Linda B, Joanne, and I think we're good. All right, so like either here it's a hit or miss. Like we'll either get like a giant snowstorm or like it'll like be a dusting, but it looks like it's gonna be pretty big. So let's start it. We're gonna do a quick afterlife after this is over, and then but let's get into it. Let's have some fun. I want to have some fun.
Yes, he's fabulous, and he's on the inside scoop.
Ooh, look at that! Okay, and we're gonna be doing the slumber party tomorrow night at 10. Not tonight, tomorrow night, because I'm almost certain that we're gonna lose power at some point. So let's start. So let's start with Memphis and Hamza.
All right.
So Memphis is still mad at him for lying about his age, being 2 years younger, but that still wants to push on with the marriage. So they're going to the embassy, to the consulate to find out what they need to do. That's 2 hours away. And, the taxi's too expensive. So Hamza has to rely on his friend to drive them 2 hours to Tunis. Okay. So the friend comes.
Eventually.
He comes. I think he actually came kind of quick. But then I think he came too quick because he forgot his insurance papers. Like, Lord, like, I forgot like my registration at the house or my insurance card or my driver's license. I don't, maybe the rules are very much different there. Like if you don't have your insurance card, they
Yeah, he said he needed his driving papers or something. His driving papers. I don't know what that means. It could mean anything.
So, Memphis is like, how long is it going to take? And he's like 5 minutes. And then, it's an hour later. And they're still in the car. And I'd be annoyed too if I were Memphis. And that's pretty much as much sympathy as she's going to get from me on this recap. I would be annoyed if, I had to wait in the backseat of that car for an hour for like insurance papers. So, she gets out of the car and she goes, "You even want to get married? Does this seem important to you? Like, is it just me or is this like marriage, like a business contract? Like, it just seems like there's like no love there. Like, I don't know. It seems like Memphis is all business with this marriage.
She is getting a little businessy because she's seeing some red flags about him not being mature, right? You're lying about your age. You don't drive a car. And also, you didn't plan ahead for your friend to show up and drive us. We're now going to be late. We're not going to be able to go to the embassy today because he didn't do any just basic planning ahead. So is he serious if he's not even willing to take this seriously? So I understand why she's frustrated with him. But I do think she's being a little hard on the beeve, Yeah,
it just, it's just the way she's gone about it. And I don't know if, I think it just dawned on me this episode, like, now I look back at all her scenes with him. She's like, I have to test drive the car. It's like she's buying a car. Well, I have to have the sex, and which is true. Like, listen, I wouldn't want to get married to somebody either if I didn't know how the car ran. But it's very businessy with her. Like, I'm now trying to like put it, like looking at it like, she wanted to test drive the car. She had to do, she wasn't happy with the first test drive because like the dealer was still in the house, and the mom couldn't see it. And it just seems like it's, okay, we had the sex. It's just like her clipboard. Okay. Had the sex, check. Yeah. Like, what's the next thing? All right. Consulate, check. And it just, to me, it doesn't even seem like it seems like she just wants to marry him. And hey, Julie. And that's how I see it now, because so they finally get to Tunis, and by then the embassy is long closed. And now this hotel was phenomenal. I was like, can we live there?
It was gorgeous for sure.
It was a beautiful hotel. And he's like, I wanted to make her happy, and she was happy. And then they go to the bar. This is the fun part. So they go to the bar because Memphis is like, I need a drink. And hi, cheers to Memphis. Like, I'm not dogging anybody want to get a drink. She goes to the bar. Well, production asked Hamza if he ever drinks, because it's I don't think you're supposed to drink, or I don't know the rules, but usually conservatives don't drink alcohol. But he's like, oh, I've drank a couple times, and I do it when I'm around special people. And production translated it back to Memphis, and they're at the bar, and Memphis gets like two tall boys of like Grey Goose and look like orange juice or cranberry or whatever. Hamza gets like, and she's like, more vodka. Like, she's like the person that,
more.
Bartender, like, I've been a bartender since I've been 21 years old. The people who ask for more alcohol, like, no, like, that's like, they're
the ones that don't need more.
No bartender ever likes when somebody says put more liquor in a drink, and like and anybody who works as a bartender in the service business knows. And then you do the trick to any bartender who's watching, and you have somebody who's annoying you. You're not putting enough liquor in the drink, or some places you have to use like the jiggers to pour out. So it's measured, and like, I want more. So just get a straw if you're a bartender. Just get a straw. My Brooklyn came out, and pour the liquor down the straw, and then they'll be like, there you go. Just old bartending trick. So where was I?
So they've got two drinks. They're at the hotel, and
she's double fisting out of the room. She's walking out with double fisting, going back to the room. I'm like, look at her double fisting, bringing the two drinks back because she didn't want to go back to the bar again. And now they're discussing, Memphis, like, if you don't want to get married now, we have no relationship. As in, if I have to go back to the States and we're not married, we're through.
Like, could you guys, he wanted to give you a nice special sexy time. Could you have your special sexy time first before you start throwing ultimatums at him? It was a lot. She's like, can I trust you? If you don't want to she doesn't want a long distance relationship. And then Hamza's like, well, do you like me, or are you just in it for marriage? And you know what? Like you just pointed out, she is seeming a little too business about the whole thing.
She is. And like, go ahead.
Yeah. And it is a lot. Like I see what you're saying as you go through. She does seem like she's checking off boxes. We need to accomplish A, B, C. That might just be the way her mind works. She might be an analytical person. She's clearly, accomplished quite a bit in her life. And maybe that's how she gets it done, is by staying organized and taking her heart out of it. But you've never met this man before. So
and she's
maybe
trying to micromanage like his their relationship. Like, well, did you do this today? And I just met you like 3 days ago, and I already risked my mom hating me for the rest of my life because you had to test drive me. No,
you're right.
I think he's gone above and beyond. His mom was, labeled as an undesirable, and he puts his mother in further jeopardy by sleeping with Memphis in the house. And then he was saying, well, in the house it's different, but if we're going to a hotel a couple hours away, that's fine. So it is what it is. And I don't want to go into, I don't like talking about scenes from next week because then it kind of takes away from when we do it. But just to double back on this whole business thing, for the scenes for next week, she wants a prenup, another contract.
Yeah. Does she have something that she needs to protect? I have no idea. But it's kind of stupid. I mean, listen, I get a prenup to a certain degree, but I think in this case, she's going to be responsible for him if he, when he gets his visa and comes over. So I don't know. What's the point, really? You were responsible for it.
I don't know if I agree with a prenup. I don't know. I was watching that tell-all, and it was brought up with Ed and Liz, and Ed was saying he didn't want to do a prenup, and Liz said she would be fine with it. But Ed said, it's a contract for divorce, and that's what I feel like it is too. When you go into it, and listen, we're not millionaires,
That's why you don't want one,
and we never will be. So, and we'll be married forever, so I don't have to worry about it.
If you had millions in the bank and
I don't
came up and you're like,
we don't have estates and whatever else. So I guess, that's completely out of my head. And I would, maybe if I did have all that, I might be concerned. But I don't, I feel like that, I don't know. I couldn't, it's it's just when you're ready to leave me, you're not screwed. Because that's how I feel. I don't know. But, maybe
I think when you think that half of marriages end in divorce, then it does seem like if you have something that you need to protect, particularly if you have children, I can understand you wanting to safeguard it. But, I guess I don't know what she has to protect, really. I don't know. Does she have a house? Does she have a bunch of assets that she needs to take care of? But she's going to have to take care of them because this is not a American who's already got a job, who's already, established himself, and you're putting those two households together. This is a person coming from another country with himself and nothing else. So it does seem like a waste of time to worry about a prenup to me. The government's going to see it that she's responsible for him regardless.
And she is married. How old is she? I need to go back to my notes.
34. She's 34.
She's 34 and he's 26. So it's 8 years. And yeah, she is, a nurse practitioner. So, I'm sure that comes with a nice paycheck. You're one step below a doctor. And maybe, but, and he is younger and he can't speak her language. Then why are you in a rush to marry him? You can't talk to him. You're kind of not happy with anything he does. He's not, he's not up to your speed. And this is the going point on this whole season. It's Memphis wants to marry Hamza in a hurry. Gino wants to marry Jasmine in a hurry. Mikey wants to marry Jimena in a hurry. And they all treat each other like shit.
Yes. And they've all just met each other. You guys are compatible in real life.
And all of them can't talk to each other. They're all using translators.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's 90 days, let's get married in 15 minutes.
Yep. They need to slow down. Just slow down.
So
especially if you're not sure. If you're not sure if he's a reliable person, then slow down.
And how could you know anything? How could you know that about somebody in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? She's there for 3 weeks. How could you how could you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, lady.
How you
Heidi didn't understand what I was saying before. If you want to come up.
About what? What didn't you understand?
You know, Heidi, I was laughing. It's okay. So let's go.
Okay.
Let's move on to who do we want to go to next?
Ella, maybe?
All right, we can do Ella. We haven't seen Ella in a few episodes, and it's not looking good for their storyline.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any faith that they're going to meet?
You know what? I think that they will eventually. But right now, he's having problems with his visa because he needed to go somewhere where he could quarantine. He couldn't just go right from China to the US. So he tried to go to Singapore, and then he would quarantine there for 2 weeks before he would come to the United States. And his Singapore visa got denied.
By the Chinese, right? Like the Chinese said, no, you can't go. Well, obviously he has a Chinese passport. So, I mean, I don't even know why I said that. So they make plans for him to go to Dubai, which he doesn't need a passport for or whatever, and then come over that way. And, Ella says that it's been, a few times that he was supposed to come and he delayed it and he didn't pull the trigger, and she's getting tired of it. And his excuse is he's worried about the virus, yet he has like that full, like, the hazmat suit. Looks like, gonna be walking on Mars with it.
Could you imagine getting on an airplane and somebody was wearing that next to you?
I would be like, what disease do you have? And like, get away from me. Like if that person was like next to me anywhere, I'd be like, okay, I don't know what that person has, but I'm going to run as far away from it as possible.
Yeah, it was a lot. So yeah, he's worried about the Delta variant, but yeah, Ella said he has previously made excuses. One time it was that he needed to get he wanted to get an international driver's license. Another time he wanted to save up money before he left. And yeah, she's just like, does he really want to come, or does his mom, is she concerned because this is not a Chinese woman that he's going to marry? Is she trying to sabotage it in some way? And in his previous marriage, that did happen. His mom did not like his wife and did sabotage the relationship. I think she was Chinese though, but his mom, I think, is problematic. And so
she voiced her concerns about like the weight, and he said like, what do they say? She's American. They love their desserts or something like that.
Yes.
She doesn't think he's coming. What did I write? Yeah. So then they're on the bed and they're Skyping or whatever. And she's like, you have a hazmat suit. You're vaccinated. You're smart. Like this, that, and the other. Why aren't you coming? And is it, she's like, is it your parents? What is it? And he just worried. I don't know if I believe him.
I think it is complicated because he supports his family, right? He supports his parents and his son. So, it might be really hard.
Nancy, that comment was awful, but I'm laughing at it anyways.
Oy. But he's saying things like, I checked the curve on the Delta variant. I checked it. It's on the upswing in the US. What if I get a hospital bill? What if I go bankrupt? All of this stuff. Like he's got like a million, concerns, which are legitimate. And he's saying Chinese people, we are cautious. We like to prepare for the worst case scenario. And Americans are just like, wah! And where's the lie?
And the only thing I did believe about what he said was he's like, if I do get sick, how do I support my family? I'm like, that's like the one thing I was like, okay, that's something valid. Yep. I could see that. So what do we think? Do you think that they're going to meet on this season? We're like, what is this, episode 7 or 8 now? And we don't have that much left.
Do I think they're going to be? You know what? I don't see them doing it on this season. I think it's going to happen. It's hard for me to imagine that we've done all this buildup and that we're not going to actually, if we were going to see it happen, wouldn't we have seen it by now? Wouldn't we have sped this stuff up?
I mean, they are keeping her like, she only's been on what, three episodes? I don't remember talking about her all that much at all.
No.
So we'll see. Ella, I would love for her. Like, she's fun. I want to see them like do like the cosplaying together, and
Me too. She
the
didn't come
samurai,
off great on
the
this
samurai
episode,
stuff
though.
and all that stuff.
Yes, but on this episode, she came off as a little bit whiny.
You know what? They'll probably put her like on the what now. If you get stuck on 90 Day Fiance, what now? It's like the cemetery. Like,
Oh no, man! But I like him and I like her so much. I really want to see them get together. I just don't see it. I don't see us getting there at the end of the season. I don't. But let's hope.
All right, moving on. I like this. We're 20 minutes. All right. Let's see.
Perfect.
Let's go. All right, Memphis. Let's do Mikey and Jimena.
Okay, it's kind of a fun one.
This one, yeah. Let's have some fun with Mikey and Jimena, because I wanted to do them first, but I know the room takes a while to load, and I wanted to at least a few people to be here before we talked about them. So, Mikey and Jimena are in like their sub vacation. Like, I love how this stuff works, because they go on vacation and then while they're at the resort, they feel the need to go to another resort, like right by the resort.
Yes.
Like, you're at like, take me to some place. You're already at the Four Seasons. Where are you going? Wait, what? Why are they like? Why do you're already at a resort, but you have to go to a different resort while you're still paying for the other resort to go back to the other resort at the end?
Maybe she left her parents and her kids over at the other one, and now this is just for the two of them. Some romance in the bungalow.
Like Gino and Jasmine, like he's already at like a fancy schmancy. Like, we'll get to that. So, all right. So they go to the newer resort, and they want to spend some romantic time after they were with the family. And Mikey's worried about like, the hitman that she was married to and like her past and this, that, which, I'd be worried too. If someone's going to come after me, like if, like if I'm Pablo Escobar, it was your ex and like, I'll be like, I just found out I have the clap and I can't date you. But okay. And this is already somebody that can't give him kids, which she said that she could, and which he wanted. Right. So he's already been kind of, that's a big letdown. The whole kid thing.
She's got so many red flags. Red flag.
Cody was actually saying red flag when we were watching it. Like another red flag. So let's see. Where am I?
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, so they're at the new resort, and it's like first thing in the morning, and she calls her sister up because of the thing that happened the night before, which was while they were trying to get intimate, he let one rip.
Like, yeah, and that was like he was like on top of her. I mean, not even Cody's done that to me, or me to him. Like, could you imagine? Like, I'm sorry, that just shouldn't like come out. Like, that was like a toot. Like, he pushed that out.
Yeah, I've been married 25 years. That's never happened. Like, you don't.
Like, okay, here's the fun thing. Okay, right? Okay, so like they just met, and I'm on Jimena's side on this one because she's like, this is like happening now. Imagine in 3 to 4 years, like the clothes are everywhere, like the burping, like you gotta be like on your best behavior, like when you're first dating anybody. Like, okay, when me and Cody, like a little backstory about me and Cody. No, just shut up. I got you. Like we started dating, and then like 3 weeks later, like we were living together. Like, so me and Cody have lived together for like the whole time we've been together. Like we dated for 3 weeks and then boom, we were living together. I mean, we were kind of forced to live together quickly, but that's the way it played out. And look, we're still together. But like when we were first like living together and like, because you don't go poop, right? Like in front of, like I would have to go like around the corner to McDonald's and go and drop a juice because I didn't want to go to the bathroom in front of Cody. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get like a hamburger. I'll be right back. And like,
But meanwhile, like, I mean, obviously,
I'm not even kidding you. I wouldn't.
No,
even,
it's very true. And then I'm like, well, you're not gaining any weight, so I know what you're doing.
no,
Like,
I back to the hamburger.
I know what you're doing, so I'm like, we all do
You
it.
need-
Go. I don't.
Some
care.
mysteries need to be maintained.
And then
And it wasn't like,
It
until
wasn't
like
easy,
3 or
but-
4 months that like we would say, oh, I gotta drop one out, but like for like the first 3, like I would leave and like go to McDonald's just to like do my business and leave because I didn't want to hear anything or like, God forbid. And then here goes Mikey just like, like
On top of her.
while they're making out.
yeah, that would never happen. I'd be like, you know what?
Like,
Get
come
off
on.
of me. Like, no.
And I was like, oh, and like, he's 34. It's not like he's like, 80. Like, you can't control it. I could see like letting a burp. I could see like letting a burp slip by accident. Like, is it gross, but is it not the worst thing in the world either? But like the like when he's making like I would have flung them off me and I said, that's it.
Yes.
No, just don't do that when you're in that area. I mean, we've been together for already so long, and I and you would never
Well,
do
now
that.
it's different. We go to the bathroom, we leave the door open. Like, we don't
Yeah,
care.
no,
We're an
we
old
have
married
to.
couple.
I mean, the cats want to go in and
You
out.
know.
And they're like, no, I want to be part of it too.
God
Like,
forbid we
like,
try and close the
but-
door in the bathroom. The cat starts scratching. The cats didn't have any closed doors. Like,
No, they
scratch,
can't.
scratch, scratch. And then they can't even like,
scratch
relax.
underneath the door. They show you. They're like, "Hi, I'm here. Let me in," and they just want to know who's in there. But like, so I mean, that doesn't bother us. But never.
No, that was the April rain. That was no accident. You don't
moment
push
of,
one out like that. That's an accident. That was
No.
like a full elongated, like, I'm
He was
sorry.
holding it,
I
and it
wanna-
was just-
I want to give him a little bit of a break just because he's been living with his dad and his grandfather for the last, I don't know how many years,
No,
right?
Come on,
It's
but
just
everybody
Blue
knows
City.
you don't do that on top of somebody.
Is this the first woman he's ever been with? Come on, Maria. No, I listen, I'm not gonna let you slide on that one. No.
I mean,
Anybody
it's
knows that you just don't do
terrible.
that.
Yeah, don't climb on her if you're holding one in. Go.
Especially like if you're holding gas in like that, like go to the bathroom.
Yeah, don't be on top.
Like,
Go out on the balcony, do something else.
like did he just take a shower and didn't like want to like when you
That's where you should
didn't
have
want
done
to get
it.
dirty down there and maybe he was just holding in the gas and like I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But like if
Yes.
you're trying to impress this girl who is like way out of your league, first of all, like look at him. Listen, I'm not even trying to be mean, but he's completely out of her league. He looks like a minion. He's not twice, but 10 years older, right? Is he like he's
like 9. Yeah, 9 or 9. Yeah, he's around 10 years older.
24, 25. He's 34, right?
Yeah,
very close. Yes.
you're gonna have to bring your A game, buddy. You got the cards stacked against you, and to be farting like that on day 2.
So bad. And then they like flash to the scene from a previous episode where she picked up his underwear off the ground and she's like, disgusting.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah, terrible first impression he's making. She doesn't want another child. She's got 2 already.
she
needs a
can't.
man.
She like burned
that's
her.
why she wanted.
What did she burn her
didn't
fallopian
want more.
tubes? Like she
She
singed
did.
them.
Yeah, she didn't want.
She's like, not am I only gonna get my tube side. I'm gonna like burn those fuckers off. That way, I never have like a kid again.
Well, that was like my mom. She had her tube side, and look
Yeah,
what happened.
Cody
I
was
popped out.
Cody was a miracle baby.
I popped out
Wow.
6 years later.
Yeah,
He was committed.
So-
He was gonna get
Cody's
it
like
done.
the 0.001%. So if you get your tube
And
side,
I did. Yep.
Cody got born with
Got
his
birth?
mom. Shut up.
I'm a birther.
Shut up.
Daddy was a strong swimmer.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh yeah.
No, you
So
go.
her sister's like, you need to talk to him about this, right? See if he understands, what the problems is and can he change. So she goes. They go have a nice little meeting at the fireplace. It wasn't romantic at all, but let's say that it was. And she's like, "There's some things I don't like about you," which is kind of aggressive language, really, but honest language.
And I wouldn't have gone that route where, she came out I would have been like, bro, we just met. Can you not fart and like burp. I mean, like just maybe just
Don't
pick
poop up the room
pick your
just
battles and
yet.
say like maybe just not fart when you're on top of me. And maybe
Nobody wants that.
and maybe pick up your clothes like when you take them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Go ahead.
said, it's disgusting and makes me fall out of love. She said, but it's true. I mean, she could have tried to sugarcoat it, but she didn't. She just said it straight out. And he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen. You know.
Julie goes, how did we spend 4 days? Wait. Julie goes, how did we spend 4 days in a hotel together and nobody pooped but Jamie? Bitch, I went down to the hotel floor. I went down to the casino floor when I had to go to the bathroom.
Wait, what did
See,
Julie say?
and then I won't. See, that's
What
the-
did Julie
she
say?
goes,
I
how did
didn't
we
hear.
spend 4 days in a hotel together and nobody pooped but Jamie? Because like I'm
Oh,
like,
I pooped.
Cody did.
Oh,
I
honey,
went down to the lobby.
When you guys were sleeping, I got up and I did
You
my
don't
business.
poop in front
and
of,
then
like-
I went right back
you
to
don't,
bed.
like- I'm not gonna go in the bathroom in like the hotel room and blow it up. And it's like it's a hotel room. I don't want. No, I'm a lady.
But also, I think I
Uh-uh.
told them, I was like, I have to go to the bathroom, like the bathroom. So like, whatever. Like, hello, we all do
You
it.
should try. You should
We're
try
not
living in an
kids.
RV.
We're all adults. I
The
know what's gonna
bathroom's
happen
right there.
after that at some
Well,
point.
at least in the RV, like drive me to McDonald's. You say I have to get a burger and then run into the bathroom. You're good. See, problem solved.
He's
Or
just
you
like,
just
so
take a lot
my
of
husband-
Imodium.
the doorways.
Ew, hibbity bibbity,
Oh.
going in the bathroom with
Oh,
others around. It's
hibbity-doobity.
preposterous.
So like the little
Ew.
closet that the toilet's in is very
Yoobity.
narrow. So he's like, I have to keep the door open. And I'm like, no. Just so now he tells me I'm gonna go. And so I put my headphones on because I want no part of knowing what's going on.
Well, we had like a no smoking room. So like I'd be like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, and I gotta go to the bathroom. I just run down, and like while I was down there, it's like two birds, one stone. I'd smoke,
Sure.
take a shit, play a couple slots, and then go back up. And good. So
Perfect.
I don't know. See, I have no.
Julie said you guys had a broken toilet one of the days.
we did. We had to have them come up.
That's terrible.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah,
We did.
the
The guy
first
had
night.
to come up and like with that big old drill looking thing.
Yeah. It is like
He
whenever
augured-
me and
he
Cody
got
get a
his auger
hotel room,
out?
we have never had an easy
We
hotel
just
stay.
moved to
Never,
like this hotel,
never.
so nobody even used the bathroom, but the toilet wouldn't flush, and we're like, this needs to be fixed.
When
now
we were in
because-
Manhattan for Heather McDonald,
Um,
our door wouldn't open,
yeah,
and we were like stuck outside. Well, like
for
three
almost
maintenance.
2 hours.
Yeah, couldn't even get
Stuck
into
in
our
the
door.
hallway.
When we were in Maryland for Tiffany's, our door got stuck again because
Yep.
we
Yep.
never have any luck. Plus we're not staying at the Four Seasons.
I know,
But,
still,
it
it's
is what
not
it
like
is,
we're,
so-
like, ugh, but
Ew, no,
We
I
never
would
have
never
any luck.
defecate in front of my friends. Ew, no.
oh, I sure do.
So-
I'm like, can I have one of those tea
Yeah.
sandwiches? I'll be back in about 20.
I don't know people saying like, check out what he just ate, and like,
Oh, you'll see it and hear it.
and like as you like get older, never mind. I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
Well, when you get older, you just
As
don't
you get
care.
older, like it's more vocal down there. Like,
Oh,
does anybody
yikes.
like when I used to poop in my 20s, it just come out like, I'm done. And now it's like it's like an atomic bomb coming out of like.
That's because you
What are you
and, like,
eating,
my
man? What are
20s
you
would be like, and like it'd be like that's it, and like it'd be like 5 seconds. Now it's like I have to nest for 20 minutes, and just like get it going. Too much of that stuff.
but that's good because everything's still working. So, hey, as long as it comes out and it doesn't stay in, I think that's a good thing.
I'm just being honest with y'all. I always am. So that's it. So
I did
No.
want to tell positively Paula, like I understand like not liking public restrooms, but sometimes, like if you really need to go, Lowe's has great restrooms and so does Cabela's. Cabela's that's the best one. If you really want to have a private moment publicly, Cabela's, that's the one.
Natalie, the slumber party is tomorrow night, guys. I changed it to tomorrow night at 10.
Yeah, we're gonna be snowed in anyway.
'Cause
So
we're,
we're
like,
gonna have a good time.
The
tomorrow.
snow is coming down. I didn't want to lose power. Plus Heidi's going live at 10 on her channel. So I switch it to Saturday. So yeah. And have a good dinner. And it'd be like easy. Like they would be like, I would go like, just saying to go back to it, more TMI. I would go like take, for number 2, right? And
Mhm.
it would take me quicker than like my friends that have going just to the bathroom to pee. They're like, wait, I'm like, yeah, I'm quick. Now it's like, good luck. Bring a Bible. Godspeed.
Just open TikTok up on your phone.
Like I need to put like a tarp down on the bathroom floor. Just go, no, I'm just kidding.
The tarp. What are you doing with the tarp?
No,
It's
I'm
like
just saying.
White Chicks, the movie White Chicks, when he eats the quiche.
Oh, so are we good with Mikey and Amena?
He says it's
Yeah,
dairy.
he's gonna
Oh.
try to change, and he still doesn't know if that's gonna be enough to satisfy her. Fair. It might not be enough.
And I don't know why he's so worried. Like, he's 34. He's still young.
He is.
Like he could find somebody that could bear his children.
Yeah.
It's like, and someone who's not married to a former drug lord or whatever her ex is. Like, I need to know who, like, her ex was, because it sounds scary and
An
like,
assassin or something
yeah,
that.
like
something like that. Like he was something.
I don't know. It just seems like it's a lot, and he's giving up a lot for. Wawa has clean bathrooms. If you're in the Wawas, they check the bathrooms thoroughly. Just if you have to go, to the bathroom. So, here we go. So who do we got? We got. Should we even talk about Alina and Caleb? Like they're off the show. Does it even matter?
I think we should, because what happened was very weird.
Okay. All right. So, they're at dinner. It's Elijah, Alina, and Caleb. And Caleb is visually annoyed because Elijah just walks in on them having sex in the middle of it. He's like, well, I have the key. Like, well, he never asked him, why did you come into if the door was locked?
Yeah, just knock, right? Seems risky.
So did you knock it all first and then they didn't answer and then you used the key because you were worried? Like, why did you have to, like, that's the point they didn't show.
He needed a brush.
Is that what he needed? Did he say that? Did he miss that?
He said he needed a brush.
I would think that he had a brush. Like, it looks like he's got like that. Anywho, he needed a brush then. And as he enters the door, Caleb, I guess, like his ass was up in the air or whatever, said, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm
turned around and he was staring.
And
at
he's
him.
like, I'm staring at you, and I'm checking out your body. What?
Good. That's what he said, and it was good. Ew.
You look good. You look good too.
Like, and how long was he just standing there, like looking? Like, he's
right.
He walks like, and he's like,
wouldn't you, if you walked in on that and you needed a brush, wouldn't you go, all right, maybe I don't need a brush that bad, and just slink back out of the room? Or if you really needed the brush, crawl on your hands.
I would think that they were probably having
week.
I think they were probably having sex, like, I don't know, like late at night or at night. Like, was it like, did you need to brush your hair then? Maybe it was during the day. I don't know. But he said last night, like, why did you need a brush so bad? Because that's creepy.
That's a great question. Why? He said he needed it so bad because he needed to look good.
Wait, what?
He needed it because he needed to look good. That's why he needed the brush.
Boom. Was he going back out? Like, maybe he was, I don't know. But I feel like that he traveled, like, his hair is long. When I had long hair, I always had a brush. Okay, so then they're at dinner and they're playing Never Have I Ever. Yawn.
For some reason.
Yeah,
For
like,
some reason.
I was like, so they ask stupid questions that nobody cares about. And then, never have I ever had sex with more than 100 girls. Elijah, or 100 people, and Caleb drinks. So Caleb has been with 100 plus women.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
So for me, there's two schools of thought as to why somebody would have had that many different women. One,
How old
you
is
are
Caleb?
not a very 28.
28.
And
Go ahead.
already
So-
with weird women,
Mhm.
that's just
At least.
lot.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Maria.
So
I'm sorry,
my first would be he's not a very considerate lover, and so nobody comes back for seconds. So that would be my first thought. My second thought is, like young people today with Tinder, sometimes you're just upfront. I'm just looking for a hookup. I don't want a relationship, and you just go for it. And like I'm more okay with that than I am with you just getting in and getting out and nobody wants to have you back in their bed again because you're not very good.
I
But
said
I
that
don't know.
last week, April. The Wilt Chamberlain, the Wilt the Stilt, Caleb the Stilt. Do we believe him? I don't know. Do we believe him? I mean,
I do.
I don't.
I
You know,
bet it's close.
I think that it would probably hurt him more than it would help him. Like, if you're gonna try and impress your girlfriend,
Is
I
he
would.
trying to impress her?
It's just like dropping a deuce in front of him. Like, just like the same way, like, I'm not gonna fart or do that. I'm also not gonna say, "Hey, I just met you and I popped 100 chicks." Like, they're just things you don't do.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot to admit to, and you could tell she thought it was a lot, but she seems to be kind of, because she wants this relationship so bad, she seems to kind of just be letting that stuff fall to the side. That might be, a problem. And I mean, I worry about that. Be honest. Be honest if it really bothers you. Set some boundaries. I don't know, but I get that they're just trying to figure each other out.
But then, like, it bothered me with Alina. She's like, "Well, I don't know what's going on. I can't trust you," or like you're not committing. That's it. You're not committing. You're being indecisive. That was her wording. And then Elijah, who's crazy hot, crazy for Caleb, goes, "Never have I ever, kept a very so specific. Like you, like, never have I ever robbed something." And everyone's like, Then Elijah goes, "Never have I ever had a 17-year relationship with somebody and kept one daunting secret from them. And why don't you spill it, Alina?" Like, why was he going for her head? That was like,
He's an interesting kind of friend, isn't he?
maybe did he see Caleb's goods and he wanted to ruin it for her and he wanted to hop on the disco stick, as she puts it?
Maybe we don't need her for the rest of the season. It's just going to be Elijah
Now,
and Caleb.
wouldn't that be some shit? If it turned into just Elijah and Caleb, that I'd be all there for it. Oh my
just
god!
having angry conversations and very longing stares.
And just So Caleb tells Alina, like, "Well, what are you hiding?" So they get back to the bed, the hotel room. Elijah's underneath the mattress, like hiding. No, and she tells him that not only did she live with her ex while they were speaking, they were also intimate. And to Caleb's credit, he goes, "And this is exactly why I'm indecisive, because I'm here to, be with you." Why does everybody want to get married on day one?
Yeah, or want a commitment on day one. We're just seeing if this will work. Let's see if it'll work first before you demand, my firstborn child, please.
Like, did the people on before think they were on like 90 Day Fiance expedited? Because like the whole point of before 90 days is to go to the country, hang out with them, meet, and see if it's worth it. That's why it has like the biggest disaster rate of all the
as it should. Yeah.
But everybody wants to get married like the second they land.
Yes. Yeah. They're crazy. I mean, she doesn't want to get married. She just wants, hey, I want to define this relationship in some way. And he's like, slow down, man. Let's relax. How can I trust you if, we've been talking for 13 years, but you're not even being honest with me, even though we've had that friendship for so long. You're keeping these secrets. I mean, I don't know. This could be an excuse on his part. Like, he might already know this isn't really going to work. But
I'm just on Caleb's side. I don't know if I don't know. Part of me thinks he's just being like a gentleman, and he's probably not into it, and he's just trying to be nice about it.
Yeah. It's like, let's have a good time right now.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah. That's how I see it. We're here, we've talked for years. I don't see Caleb in any rush to get married to anybody, and I'm on Caleb's side. I am on this one. I expected the worst from him when the season first started, and I have been pleasantly surprised. And I like being surprised when, maybe my first impression of him was wrong. So I like that because usually my first impression of people are spot on and it's ruined. So I like being surprised by people, and I'm on the side. So yeah, another couple that. Anything else?
No, I think we got everything for them.
Okay.
I hope he makes it to the single life. I think that would be fun to watch.
They're not done with him. A lot of people like him. I don't think he'll probably be on the single life, or maybe no. I guess the single life is unless he finds somebody else to date, Oh, which reminds me, that's a point about Stephanie tomorrow. When you watch the single life, I have to write this down. Stephanie dating man in France. I have to write because I'll forget. Because Stephanie, real quick, Stephanie is now from the single life dating somebody in France. That's her soulmate. Why are you dating somebody in France, Stephanie?
So that their genitals can't come in contact with each other.
No, so she could be like on before or like and keep going. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's more.
That's yeah.
More.
That
I thought they just didn't. I thought she was afraid of penises.
Yeah, no, that's why. Just to keep the show going. Hey, Kelly. Okay, so let's see. Who we got left? Right.
Gino and Jasmine? Or Usman and Kim?
We have Gino and Kim. And I think that's it, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Oh, no, Ben.
Oh, no, we got Ben still.
Let's do Ben.
Okay.
Oh, Ben. Okay. So Ben is about to fly to Peru to go see Naugahyde.
Naugahyde. Very, very nice. Very nice.
I mean, mahogany. Ben is going to go see Naugahyde in Peru, and he's at the airport, very happy, you know. And then all of a sudden, when he's about to get on the plane, he's waiting for the plane, and he gets a text from Naugahyde. That's what I'm going to call her from now on. Until I see that Mahogany is a real person, I'm going to call her Naugahyde. So Naugahyde texts him and says, I don't know if it's a good idea. My dad doesn't think it's a good fit.
You mean a 52-year-old? You don't think it's a good fit?
And Ben, he said that he's given her like a lot of money, right? He's been paying for her
$1,000. He's given her $1,000.
Oh, that's it, 1,000. All right, well that's not that much.
In 3 months, but, I mean, it's not nothing.
I also think that's probably like not 1,000 and probably a lot more. He probably just lied and said, "Oh yeah, I've given her 1,000." It was probably like 10 or 100 or whatever. And this is the best relationship he's ever had, and they have connected on so many levels. And again,
he's all in.
The theme of the season: I'm not going to be physical until we're married. Gotta get married. Gotta get married quick to Naugahyde. So his son picks him up from the airport. He's like, the kids were shocked and upset. His son is also named Elijah. It says Elijah's son going to pick him up. I'm like, wait, am I on the wrong page? So the dad doesn't trust his intentions. He doesn't want her to go, but and then they had plans prior because he was going to go to fly down there for her birthday, and 3 days prior to that trip, she had canceled because she wanted him to meet her parents first. But he said, "You know what? Screw it. I'm getting on the plane."
Yes. God is in control. That's what he said. Not him. God is in control and has decided, I'm going to Peru.
I just hope that he packed a few of like his ex-wife Cuba sandwiches when he's walking the streets of like Lima and he ain't got no food and he's hungry, because who thinks she's going to be there? I mean, she could be there. I don't know. Maybe they're going to throw us a curveball. Like, we never thought that David was going to meet Lana, right? No one thought it. So maybe, and he's going down there. Like, has anybody ever been stood up like when they've gone? No. Oh, Caesar has. Yeah.
Caesar has.
Forget that. Forget that idea because that's been done. Yeah, Caesar went to the. Oh, Andrew.
Oh yeah, but he knew
And both
before he got.
people were in Mexico. That's funny. Didn't they? Didn't both Caesar and Andrew go? Well, Amira got detained. That was why she
Right.
couldn't. But it wouldn't be the first. Yeah. So I don't know.
Ooh, Mishy bets it's his ex-wife, which would be hilarious.
Oh my God. Well, he's got catfish before. He's a serial catfisher.
Right.
So.
Right.
But he's sold.
If he connects with his wife, who's catfishing him on such a spiritual level that he's never done before, man, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad if I was the wife, if that was really her. I mean, it's probably not her. It's probably a Nigerian prince or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wait, didn't they talk on the phone like 2 times though? So he's heard her voice.
Yeah, but they've never like FaceTimed or anything like that.
Right.
Right? How stupid are you? I don't want to. Never mind. I just have a friend right now, honestly, that is talking to someone online through I think like Tinder, not Tinder. One of them dating sites. She and on my eyesight, I swear on all that's holy. She's gotten pictures from a guy. Never have talked on the phone. Never has FaceTimed. And she has sent money to him. And this has been going on.
No.
Oh yeah. And there's always an excuse. And we're all telling her, stop. And I know she watches me, and I know I've talked to her about this, and I really don't want to go into it. It's like a real life friend that I see all the time. not just like somebody like, someone I've known in real life. And but I guess these people do a real number on you, and they just I think they capitalize on whatever weakness you may have or whatever bad relationship you may have, and they just hone in on that, and they make them feel loved. And that's the only thing I can think of. Because, like, I know my friend for many years, and she's not an idiot, but she's also had, like, a rough go at love. And, I mean, her daughter, her mom, me, Cody, all our friends, like, it's, well, what are you going to do? So
it's a hard one. I just want to say, even if this dude is legit, which he doesn't sound like he's legit, but even if he was, you are setting up a strange dynamic to start a relationship off with. If you are now giving him money, you're now not on an even playing field. You are now his caretaker and have like a mommy relationship, and he is now a taker. You're a giver and he's a taker. You want people giving equally. So if he's a taker, what are you doing? You should want better for yourself. You want somebody that's going to give you, at least meet you halfway and give you something as well. And just love bombing somebody is not real. If you've never talked to them, you've never seen them on FaceTime, you've never met this person, how do you know? How do you judge if they are love bombing you, if they are scamming you, or if they are just real people that are on tough times? Okay, sorry. I'm trying to be compassionate.
No, I know. It's like I feel bad for like my friend. Like she sent money and like she had to eat. Okay, so crazy. She had to like Western Union, or that was something like that people don't use anymore. Like why?
So she wired money.
Yeah, to his friend, and like his older friend, a woman. And I'm like, don't you think that's probably like the person you're talking to? Like,
okay.
And
so
like,
when you wire money to somebody, you can't get it back. So that's why they like wired money, is because once they have it, they have it. There's no like fraudulent, let me put a fraudulent on this and get my money back. There's none of that. When you wire it, it's gone. It's theirs now. So that's why they want you to wire money, because they are up to something.
And she'd be like, he's gonna come over, he's gonna Uber, and like all of a sudden, like, oh, the Uber was canceled, or I had to work, or this person died. I'm like, what? And like I can't hear it, and then like I'm like, I don't even want to hear about it anymore. Whatever. So, but I think we're starting to see it. Let's move on. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we did
Sorry.
Ben, Mikey.
Ben's ridiculous.
Ben is ridiculous, but like maybe we'll all be surprised, and maybe we'll all eat crow when Naga Hyde actually shows up.
Dude, I don't even
Guys,
care
in the
if
audience,
she's real.
do you think Mahogany is going to show up at the? So do one if you think that she's going to show up, or two if it's going to be a ghost town. One if Mahogany / Naga Hyde is going to be at the airport, and two if Ben is just going to be eating Cuba sandwiches in Lima by himself.
Oh my goodness. Listen, to me, even if she's real, he's acting so ridiculous.
So far, the two's got it.
He's saying that God is wants him to do this. How has he arrived at that? How? Meanwhile, his son is like, "Are you going to be back with both of your kidneys?"
Right? Like I hope like that. Like there's no black market stuff here. Like your liver is going to be cut out, and
man, he deserves to lose a kidney, in my opinion.
Yeah, he might. Like I don't know, but the fact that he got on the plane, I'm like, maybe she's going to be there. We'll see. I don't think so. I think, and everybody else, I don't see one in that chat. No one has said one.
Nope.
I don't think.
No one's.
So then next week, if she shows up, then we can all eat crow together. I'll make it some crow, and then we could all eat
delicious.
it. Remember when Wendy Williams ate crow because she said that Kim and Kanye's wedding would last just as long as her marriage to Chris Humphries, and when she goes and I'll eat crow, and then she ate crow on her show, which was I was like, look at she said she would, and she did it.
Somebody captured a crow and cooked it, and she ate it.
On the show. Oh yeah.
No, that's not. Don't eat crows.
She goes,
I'll eat chickens.
Because it's not bad. Yeah, she goes, it's a little gamey. It's like chicken. I think is what she said.
Oh, no, I can't handle it. No.
You can't eat crow. All right. Let's
do.
What do we do next? We have Gino and Kim. Let's do Gino.
Okay. I don't know.
So it's the night before Gino and Jasmine's second resort vacation within their resort vacation. So it's number 2, and that's the resort vacation that Jasmine booked for $3,000 or $4,000 because what was the reasoning? What did Gino do to piss her off?
It was $2,500. It was his lack of Christmas gift, and because he had given nicer trips and nicer gifts to all of his previous girlfriends, and she needs to be valued
all his previous
at
whores.
Least. Correct.
Let's not sugarcoat it. I mean, Gino's paid for play. It's already out there. So, Jasmine is very excited because her ex-husband finally signed divorce papers, and she is going to go out and have a divorce party with some of her friends. And celebrate. Now, because of the Rona, none of the bars are open. So, no joke, she just went down 3 floors to her friend's room. I mean,
perfect.
She went down 3 floors. Maybe she had to drop a deuce in the lobby because she didn't want to shit in front of him. I don't know. And then she went back up. And then she went back up to. Her friend's house where they're having a divorce party. And okay, was the guy there straight or gay?
I think it was her gay hairdresser friend. I think.
Is that who that was?
I think.
Because I thought I didn't know. I was thinking maybe he was one of the other girls' husband. He didn't look very. He didn't act very gay to me.
They said no men at this party, so that's why. Yeah. That's why I was assuming that they were viewing him differently because that's what I assumed. But I will admit that. I don't always watch the show with my eyeballs. I do it more with my ears. We need Heidi if we want to know exactly who is in the room. So
okay, so it is her hairdresser. Okay, so I get. Oh, there's JG, my enforcer. Hello. So the stripper comes in, and I've seen better strippers. I'm just saying. Than anybody else
He had the tiniest nipples I've ever seen. They were they were little baby nipples. Baby
I was
nipples
like,
were bigger
that's
than
like a
that.
Dollar Tree. That's like a Dollar General stripper. And she's like, here comes like the sexy Tone. I'm like, Tone? Where is he, Tone?
I mean, maybe compared to Gino, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably anything next to, I'm Tone next to Gino. So, and like, he's a stripper and he does what a stripper does.
He did.
I
He did a
don't,
decent job.
the jock strap in the face and
Sure.
like, I don't want all that heat in my face, like, but, and Lord
Did you
knows
say
how,
heat?
yeah,
You don't want heat?
I don't want the heat. I don't want his undercarriage heat all up in my grill. Like, I don't know how long he's been in that jock strap. You sweat down there. Like, I don't want all that in my grill.
Oh my god.
Girls get boob sweat, like we get ball sweat. So I don't, I wouldn't want it all like compact and like maybe that's his 4th dance that night or 16th. I don't know. I just know I wouldn't want all that all up in my face. So
I mean, that's fair. I can understand that. She didn't look like she really wanted it either. It was a lot of.
I'm just being honest. Like, all that steam heat coming off your undercarriage, like Melissa McCarthy said in Bridesmaids. Like, this is that steam heat coming down there. So they, she's telling him it's an all girls party. I guess us gays are, and that's true. Like, people see us as like, one of the girls.
Right. Somebody that would be non-threatening in that situation.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I was like a stripper. I don't think I feel comfortable dancing in front of guys. I don't know how things go. I never had a stripper dance. Our bachelor party, like, we went to like the Cheesecake Factory, and then we went to a karaoke bar. Like, that was like our bachelor night. So so he's doing the whole straddle thing, whatever. And even her friends were saying that like Jasmine's crazy jealous and she needs to calm down and she's crazy. Right? Like, they're even saying like, she's a bit much.
Yeah, give Gino a break. They're like, give Gino a break. He, give him a chance. Which is funny. It's nice though. It's nice that they have his back, even though they haven't really met him. So, but one of her friends starts videotaping the stripper for reasons.
And Gino, and then they flash back to Gino, like, oh ho hum. He's like, I'm just in my room by myself packing her heels. Like, which heels do I pack? Like, it's so sad. Like, they should have the dump music, like when they showed his scenes. He's like, oh, I'll do anything. Like, why are you such a doormat?
Because he needs to be. Because otherwise she's gonna explode.
And also, like, let's not forget that, like, again, he wanted to not only marry her, he wanted to put a seed in her and impregnate her, I guess, to seal a deal or whatever. Like, I need to pop a baby in this crazy woman who, like, goes insane if my kitchen is painted red from 20 years ago from his ex-wife. And then she is, getting like all that in her face.
He was like, just doing his job. That's what she said. He's a professional.
No, it's not the stripper's fault. He was doing his job. So then they bring the party back up, like, from floor 17 to floor 20. So they're going back up on the elevator. Let's bring. And they go in, and Gino's just like looking all like, oh God, look, you guys remembered me.
Oh, okay, the party's here now.
And, like, they're pouring the drink. I think the friends are trying to help Gino out in a way. They're like, hey, look at this video. Like, they're like, get away from this bitch. She's crazy. Like, like I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they passed him a note and like they were like, like,
she's gonna kill you, bro.
Yeah, like So they're like, hey Gino, look what Jasmine just did. And he was pissed, as he should be. Not only are they on their first meet, but it's the night before they go to like the vacation within a vacation that Gino had to do because he brought her a toothbrush for Christmas, and he still has the paint from his ex-wife. He has blue and red paint that she can't stomach. And then they show him like undercarriage and steam heat, like right in her face. And Gina was like, well, what would happen if I just did this to you? Could you imagine?
She would not it would not be okay.
There'd be blood. That would be it. She'd be in prison. She'd be in a Panamanian prison. Probably next to Jimenez's drug cartel boyfriend. They'd probably be roommates, maybe. Like right there. And that's how you bring something full circle. And what
yeah, but he seemed bothered by the fact that not so much that it happened, but that they just stuck it in his face that it happened, right? He's like, why didn't you just keep it a secret? Why are you guys shoving this in my face?
That's what I'm saying. The friends were saying, run, like, get out,
But why that way? Why are you trying to make Gino mad in order to do that?
Know. I originally had thought that maybe she knew that it was being filmed and she probably wanted to show it to him before. Oh. That was my thinking. It was like, let me just, and she probably brought her friends up to be like, be my army, So he turned.
But like she went up there and she was all like hot and bothered, like she wanted to go climb Gino, but now Gino's like clearly not in the mood. But she did feel bad. She felt bad.
Like, okay.
Bad-ish. I don't know.
She's gonna mount him and then think of like the stripper when that's happening. Like we all know that's not gonna it happened already.
Right.
So
she could have mounted him without him knowing that she was thinking about the stripper.
I think that she was worried about him finding out from either a cameraman or production or like that's how I cover my ass anyways. Like, if because you're getting caught sooner or later. There's a whole film crew in that room with the stripper and the steam heat and the jock strap and all that. So, maybe she was worried like one of the cameramen were gonna tell Gino, like, so, and she was like, look at this hot, sexy military cut. I'm like, cut? Huh? Okay. I mean, next to Gino, an improvement. But Gino still will do anything to satisfy her. Like, I don't know if I can watch a show anymore. I just
really.
Don't.
I think these two are a winning combination. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is a pair that will work out. That she will have his back. That she will cut a bitch if they go after him, and that he will be there for that. Like, he might pretend to be a little bit annoyed, like you're being a little too much. All I did was ask the waitress her name. Calm down. But I think there's a part of him that likes the fact that she, is territorial about him. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. Maybe they hate each other.
I don't know. We'll see. But he is like the biggest. Like, they're all just like doormats. He's like 90 Day Fiance doormat. Is it just like, is it so staged now? Like that, like people, they don't even care what they're putting on TV. Like, I don't believe anything I'm seeing. Is anybody like watching this and they're like, oh my God, what a classic love story. I'm really pulling for these people. It's anybody, any couple.
I believe that they all have some form of relationship. Is it a good one? Is it going to go anywhere? Probably not. I don't know, but I'm rooting for Gino and Jasmine. She's the only one who puts off good stuff on Instagram that I enjoy very much.
Oh, Jasmine does like her self-help,
she does.
like her motivational stories.
Motivational stories, and sometimes you'll get to watch her exercising, and it's also very amusing.
Bonus. I ever since she blocked me and unblocked me, I haven't followed her, so I kind of miss all her. And I'm not going to follow her back again. I don't care.
Okay,
but
I'll follow her for you.
Yeah, you follow her for me, and you give us the lowdown. on that. All right, so we're already now. Damn, we're running late. My after show's
Yeah.
supposed to start in 5 minutes.
We're almost perfect. Almost perfect.
All right.
We got Usman.
No, because we have
Kim.
Kim and Usman.
Yes.
Not super fan Kim, and not Soldier Boy Usman. So they are going to Stonetown. I wish I can go to Stonetown. That looks so cool. Like I would love to go
It did look
somewhere
fun.
like a building is 1,000 years old. Like, you know. And Usman's like, it'll be romantic. He's like, I like you a lot. And Kim's like, I love you. I like you, but you know I love you. You know that. You know, the PS5, the MacBook Pro. Then they're at a store in Old Town, and it's like a bazaar, right? Like, you know, they have like
Yes.
what's that called? Yeah.
It's a market. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bazaar. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would love to go to one of those things. I keep thinking of the Sex in the City too, like when they go, like Carrie and all them go, and what's that called? The Sook? You know, it's like
Oh, I don't know. I do not like that
Sex
show.
in the City watcher. Okay, sorry.
The old ones I watched, and now I'm done. I
The
can't
new ones are like wah wah. But she sees a fedora that's like, oh, that's Michael Jackson's fedora. You know, can you put this on and get like a white glove and go hee hee hee? And you know, Usman's like, you know, you're a little obsessed with Michael Jackson. So
She is.
you know, I love Michael Jackson too. But I wouldn't tell Cody to, you know, put the fedora on.
No. All right.
You know,
I wouldn't either. It's a little bit
not
much.
my bread and butter. So they get to the point where like they're in the car, right? And she goes, I want you to be in my room. And Usman's like, not until what is it? Not until
Her
you're
boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah. See, my writing so fast. I'm like watching and writing and watching and writing. Because we have to get to know each other first. And then Kim's like, well, what if it's like not till the last day? And we know how Usman's playing this. Come on. So then Kim gets mad. They go back to the hotel. She's done. She's not going to beg. Usman's like, you're rushing things. And Kim's like, well, I'm not begging you for sex. Well, you kind of are.
A little bit. But
I mean, you a little, yeah. Not like, you know, but you kind of are. Because what's infertile when you stay in someone's room? It's like you're not like you're not like 16 watching like the Babysitters Club, you know, or 13, you know, pillow fight. It's, you know, we all know what's inferred when why aren't you saying him? And you know, to Kim's credit, she did come there as a potential, right? She buttered him up with the PS5, the mythical PS5 that nobody can find, a MacBook. And then she took charge of the photo shoot that went, or the video shoot that went awry. And Usman was like, ooh, you know, maybe hire her as a manager or like, you know, a
right.
consultant.
She'd be a great manager.
Right?
Yeah.
She got shit done. And I like him. I'm not even, you know. She's cool.
I do too. I like her. But I understand, like, because of what happened with Lisa, and it seems like he's concerned about being, how do I say this, like the victim of sex tourism, you know? And, you know, she's saying things like, I won't make you do things you don't want to do. Like, some of the things, like, you're like, oh my gosh, you know? Like, you're trying to get something from me. You're trying to grab something from me. That's what he said. You're trying to grab something from me. And it just feels like that's what he's saying. He's saying, you know, I'm not a prostitute, which is it's kind of yucky. You know, it really puts kind of just a yucky stink on this storyline. But if that's, I can understand.
I mean, I talked to Lisa. Well, not Lisa. I talked to Kim a few times, and she's always been super nice. And I just don't want to believe that she's that naive. And I'm not even trying to be mean, because
that Lisa is, or that Kimberly is.
Kim, like, you know, how could Kim really think that it's going to be any different than what Lisa went through? And like that's what I can't wrap my head around, because she seems like a smart woman to me. But at the same time, you know, when someone like you just flying there, you have this relationship, all right, it just doesn't make sense to me. So like either, and that when it doesn't make sense in my head, here's what happens. I'm like, well, you either did this because you're an idiot who will just give anybody money because these people exist in the world, like my friend, my personal friend who's right now, or you're doing it just to be on the show because and it's one or the other, right? Because when when you can't wrap your head around common sense, that's then you have like an ulterior motive.
Yeah, no, they both have their motives, right? Is Usman, does Usman, is he really trying to find a potential girlfriend? Is he really looking for? No,
he's looking for this.
He just, yeah, and she's doing a good job. Is she also seem like she really cares about his success as a musician? She does seem like she really cares about that. That might need a little extra.
No, I do believe that. And she's like, international soldier. Well, like, can't international soldier boy like get his own PS5? Why you gotta come and like get a PS5 and a MacBook for him? Like you're literally buying him. And like again, I'm not even trying to. I'm not
using money. I'm not buying you with money. I'm buying you with these gifts. You know that there's strings attached to this, right? You need to come to my room.
I mean, and again, like I'm not even trying to be mean to Kim. I'm just being honest. And I talked to Kim. She was really sweet to me, but I gotta call it like I see it, and it makes. Kim can't think that she's, I hate to say this, but any different than Lisa. Same age, he's younger. There's like a 20-year gap. It's like the same thing over. And if you would know instantly if there was a connection. And Usman's like, no, you have your room and I stay in mine. So Usman, to prove my point further, Usman feels bad because the money train's about to leave. Because Lisa. Kim is pissed. She goes back to the room. She's having like her little Bellini. So a little champagne. These are the things I know. She's drinking a little champagne flute, like a little rosé or whatever. Drea. But so what was I saying? Oh, who comes knocking on the door? But Usman, because he's like, I screwed up, and I want some of that good money in electronics. So let me come and knock on her door. And she's like, oh, okay. Do you want to like watch a movie? And he's like, I'm going to sleep over. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, we're going to have sex. And he's like, bitch, you're lucky I'm doing this much. But it's only because I want more money. And what does Usman do? Like, again, like it's the Babysitters Club and they're 13 and they made a full out pillow divider in between it. And like this divider, usually like the dividers, it starts like from like, when the bedspread or the blanket goes down. He put the pillows like up to the wall. Like it was like
one side of the room to the other side of the room.
Like, Kim was like, hi, Usman, are you on the other side of the bed? Because I can't see you or hear you over there. Like that shit was insulated. No weapons can get through it. It was like tighter than TSA. And she's like, well, do we really need the pillows like up to the wall? And he's like, yeah. Like that would make me feel worse. That would make me, I would rather he never slept with me because that would make me feel 100 times worse because that shows to me I'm only pitying you. I'm having an adult sleepover and I'm so disgusted by you that I have to barricade a full pillow wall. I
get what you're saying.
Wake up!
I don't know that he's disgusted with her. I don't know that it's to that point. It's just, I just feel like he says a few things that are telling because he says, I think in any culture, you can't just meet someone and have sex unless you meet a prostitute or are in need, right? If you're in need. So he's saying, I feel like he's telling us his story. He's really saying, I have previously done this with women because I was in need. And I'm not willing to do that anymore. Let's just have a nice time together and enjoy each other's company.
Oh my God.
Let's have a nice time without the sex because It's too much for him. I feel like he's maybe been doing this for a long time. Lisa couldn't have been the first one. Let's be real. I bet he's been doing this since he was like, I hope 18. And not
like
younger.
little soldier boy, like like what
Yes.
yeah, I'm sure there's been like many women.
I'm just worried.
No,
I'm just
I thought
worried.
she actually
I'm
said that.
worried.
But he's getting all these like older women to shower him with gifts and money and whatever, and you could
I don't
it
understand
was
why
at point blank on
women-
my live with him like a year ago that he never loved Lisa, that he was doing it to, like, his words. It's still on my YouTube. Go check it out. He never loved Lisa. He was doing it to further his brand. He was doing it to promote his career. Like, point blank is what he said. I think it's before he knew he was going to be back on the show again, but that's what he said. So how do you not see that with everybody?
But does he need it? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why he would still need this show. If he should have gotten what he needed out of it. So I don't know. There's just something. There's something wrong with him.
As it seems.
Yeah.
Because why do you need unless I don't know.
I've never even heard a song.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with him. Something wrong with him. And I just fear it's that he has been used so long that he just now views these people as things that are supposed to be used back. I've got to do this to get ahead. I'm going to take from these women because they've taken from me and they deserve it. Because to me, I don't understand women, who are of mature age. Why are you attracted to somebody this young? I don't understand it with men either, but I really don't understand it with women.
Like, if I was single, I couldn't even imagine like dating like someone in their 20s. I'd be like,
no.
I've got absolutely nothing in common with you. Even Cody's 5 years younger than me, and like there's like a bit of like stuff like that I'll reference that he won't get, and that's 5 years. Like he never watched like Charles in Charge. He's like, who's that? I'm like, oh my god, you're the worst. How do you not know?
Charles in Charge.
Yeah, like he's like I never, like stuff.
Still don't.
See,
Sorry,
like he's never watched Charles in Charge or Mr. Belvedere. I'm like, okay, but like, I wouldn't even know what to do with a 20-year-old. Like,
you know what you do? You just let them fart all over you.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
on top, on the bottom, whatever.
You just let them fart burp and fart. That's what you do. It's a big baby, so you have to feed it, burp it, and fart it. There you go.
Like, I just want someone I could talk to and like, but I don't know.
That's all you do. I mean, what else can you do?
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's weird. It's weird. We saw it with Stephanie and who was it?
Harris. That one? Raris?
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't real either. It's not real. She was going over there for sex tourism. So it's just yuck.
Is this what this show is? Like 90 Day Fiance sex tourism? Like, I feel like it's because like look what we watch. Everyone's either having sex in a hurry, ooh, now I feel even dirtier for watching this show.
I don't know, man. There's something wrong.
It's like watching like the TV show Taken. Like, I see a tattoo, like there's a curtain, like like. Cody got my joke.
They're men.
There's men. There's a tattoo. They speak funny.
Hardwood floors.
Yeah.
That's all of America.
It's like Taken 90 Day Fiance edition or whatever. Like, God, there you go.
But
yeah,
I don't know. There's just something wrong. There's something wrong with a few of these storylines. There's just something yicky about it. That's all. There's something gross.
All right, so are we good? Is there anything? We already ran.
I know I didn't mean to break it so serious. I apologize.
No. I was laughing the whole time. That's how crazy this show is. So tonight's Friday. We have watch the Tell All 4, The Single Life. We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
I just burped, but listen, Cody's been with me for 14 years, and there's no mystery here anymore. I'm like, hey, do I have a hemorrhoid? And he's like, let me look. Like, that's where we're at. you
Like,
know.
I don't know. Maybe it's internal.
No.
What we feel around in there. Like,
I mean, like when you've been married for so long, there's no mystery left anymore, you know?
Yes,
so,
there is. I still put headphones on. I put the headphones on so I can't hear what's happening. No.
Okay, to be clear, like I've never had hemorrhoids, nor has Cody ever checked for them. I'm just saying, like, if I thought I had a potential hemorrhoid, I would probably ask Cody to examine. Because like you just can't
Oh my
get your
gosh.
legs over your head that way to see.
I don't bend like that anymore.
You know, I certainly don't
I
bend
don't
like
think
that.
you need to get your head. You don't
Like
need
I
to get
need
your
Cody
leg-
like
your
with a
head-
minor stat and like, you know.
You just need to kind of like just get like a full length mirror and just like squat in front of it and just like. I don't think you need to have
If
your
I
legs.
straddle over it, I'm gonna have
Tomorrow,
to towel it
John
anyways
Yates.
because I can't get back my legs back over that the damn mirror.
Tomorrow, John Yates, riddled with hemorrhoids, uses his husband to check. Cody disgusted.
Cody's the doctor now.
Oh my gosh. Too much.
Whenever John Yates shits in front of these door open when goes to the bathroom and has his husband check for potential hemorrhoid.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I just cried just a little bit.
You know how my headlines go. So wait for it. It'll happen. So I
mean, I like that you're writing them yourself. I like if you tell them what to write, I think that's the move because you've got better material than they do. So
Got a good point.
it's not my first day. So yeah, all right. So we're already late into. Is there anybody in the afterlife that's like, where are you? Because that'd be funny. I'm like, you should be here.
Was the afterlife already up? Now I gotta look.
Oh yeah, I started it. It should have. I am now 12 minutes late for it. I'm wondering if there's people in the after show saying, "Where are you?" I'm like, because that'd be funny. I'm like, no, you should be here, and then you go to the after show.
Let me look.
Is
Hey,
there
hey,
anybody-
no, that's the slumber party. I see this. Oh, there's the after show. Nobody's in there yet. You're
Okay, good. You guys are great. You're all smart. I love you all.
Everyone's like, we're still in.
So we're gonna switch over to the after show. It's gonna be quick, and then you guys can go watch Heidi. So I'll see you guys. Maria, thank you as always, and thank you guys for. It's just so nice sharing the intimate points of our life with you. You know, we're always an open book. Feel free to ask whatever you want. Always.
Wait till we have a Burger King night.
Oh God.
Oh, exactly, John.
They know about me in Burger King.
I know.
You know.
I know they do.
very true.
I have a whole highlight reel about Burger King on my.
It's
on
It's been
my
so long.
I know. Maybe we should revisit. But listen, I am not the only person who's had issues with Burger King, as the highlight reel shows. So there we go. I will see you guys in the after show in like a minute. Thank you guys. I'll see you